Yeah. Two. Yeah. Aye. I'm jacking the beat, you calling the cops, the yapping is cheap, I call you the ops, the rapping is heating, it's all cause of pop, you get a leak for the ball, get a drop, feel like I'm wrong when I double it back, cause I'm making it harder to catch that, but I covered the ticket, I call you to visit, you tipping and hit up the cash app, baby girl been around for it, yeah, in the old days, I was stuck in old ways, never really trying to flip the old page, young man tripping at an old age, thinking I was flicking, had a low wage, led the bro days, then a slow praise, thinking it'd be different, it would gon' change, then it really didn't, it's a cold game, yeah, ayy, all I really wanted was the money in the pocket, got over money, but the money ain't the topic, like Bill Doe and the money gotta stop it, kid need food and the whip need juice, I'ma get these views when the
party, I'm in here grinding, money I'm stacking, why they rock diamonds, I can't relate to them, ain't my chick calming, I set a goal for me 2 or 3 commas, 7 figures, 8 figures to 9 figures, on a slow pace to get rich quick, same time we just think different, cause when you make it, it hit different.
What to do, y'all? It's your partner Dale back in the saddle again for another edition of the Countermoves Podcast, guys, on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Thank you for blessing with your time and salute to you guys for tuning in today. And today is going to be a real good one. If you could, guys, while we begin, if you could share, like, and subscribe, no matter what channel that you're on. We're on all platforms, guys, including TikTok. What's up to you guys on TikTok? Good to see you guys. Man, sure, if you can tap on the screen for on TikTok, guys. Let's dive into this, man. They actually get the algorithm going, guys, and this was going to be a very good one, guys. Concerning today, guys, you know we are hot in election season, right? And it is when election season comes on, people choose their sides a lot of the times. And for me, I try to look at all candidates, whether it's a state, local, county, or federal candidate, and really begin to say, okay, what policies and procedures are you going to present that's going to make someone's life better? Because government's role is not to be an active player in the game, but to be a referee that makes sure the game is played fairly, right? Now, what happens is during this season, everybody knows every 4 years, the most popular race is the presidential race. Right now, the two candidates are former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. And what I'm doing during this election season, guys, I'm going to be walking through each and every candidate's, both Trump and Harris's policies. Right, we're going to vet it, right, so that you can begin. We can reason together. We can say, okay, which one sounds better, and so we can make this a policy discussion. Okay, guys, a policy discussion. But today, you know, as a real estate developer and financier in the private equity space, for me, housing is a big deal to me because I own a lot of real estate by God's grace, and I build homes. Right now, here's the big thing about it is Kamala Harris came out with a housing policy, and we want to look at what it means for the housing market, right? So we're going to walk through her proposals, right, in the housing market, and also another economic policy as well. And we're going to kind of see how, I'm going to give you my thoughts. We're going to reason together, and we're going to see how the media actually responds to this, right? And also entrepreneurs, right? We're going to bring in legacy media and real life entrepreneurs to respond to these policies. These are going to be experts in these industries, right? Here we go. Now, the first one, guys, is this here. Vice President Kamala Harris came out with a policy about giving first-time homeowners $25,000 for down payments, right? This was her initiative, and we're going to listen to her talk about it, and then we're going to unpack this together, right? And then we're going to invite in the legacy media also to give their thoughts on it, so we can see if this is a good policy for everybody. All right. So let's bring in Vice President Kamala Harris real quickly here. And we're going to hear her talk about her policy, because this is her policy. So we're going to see her talk about the policy, guys, so we can make sure that we can vet this, make sure this actually makes sense. All right, guys. And again, in the comment section, please, guys, give me your thoughts. Please give me your thoughts, guys, so we can kind of reason together and see what's going down, guys. Let's dive into it. Let's see what you got to say. Here we go.
Know that as the price of housing has gone up, the size of down payments have gone up as well. Even if aspiring homeowners save for years, it often still is not enough. So in addition, while we work on the housing shortage, my administration will provide first-time home buyers with $25,000 to help with the down payment on a new home. We also know.
So Vice President Kamala Harris is saying that because some individuals are not able to save some money when it comes to down payment, and that's a fact in some form or fashion, what's happening is she's saying that if she was to win the election, her administration is going to give $25,000 in down payment assistance, right? And evidently the crowd there is fairly excited about this policy, right? And I was like, okay. And so I just said, let's dive into this, and because I kind of looked at it and I was like, this doesn't make. How's this making any sense? Well, I said, okay, let's bring in some other counsel, right? Let's bring in, right? CNN had something to say about this as well. CNN did as well, also their people, right? We're gonna bring them in real fast, CNN, and then I'm gonna give you my thoughts on this concerning this policy. I thought it'd be wise, guys, for us just to see what's going on and see what CNN actually has to say about it as well, also. So let's see what CNN has to say about it real fast, guys. And then I'll give you my thoughts on this as well concerning if this is a good idea or not. And give me your thoughts as well. All right, here we go. Let's dive into it.
Just a minute around the corner. For some people, it's already started. They already know what that cost is.
Matt, we had to interrupt you before you were.
I know, and I wanted to hear your answer.
Oh, it was so intelligent. I already forgot.
Well, yeah, it was a great response that unfortunately we had to cut away from. But now that you've heard the speech, what stands out to you as the most clear and effective line of attack that we're likely going to hear from Republicans as a response?
Two things. I think number one, she took a lot of far left positions during her first run in 2019 and 2020. Okay. She has, temporarily kind of moderated these through some anonymous quotes from aides saying, well, she doesn't really want to ban fracking anymore. She doesn't want to do this, doesn't want to do that. This new program that she's kind of doing is pretty far left. $25,000, price controls essentially. That's number one. But the other thing is, kind of conveniently forgot she was vice president for the last 4 years when a lot of the housing market crisis was at its worst. Wow. When inflation was at its worst. So there's a lot of memory holding that. But look, when it comes to the $25K, I mean, you just added $25,000 into every price onto every home price in the country. Because if you're giving that away essentially for free, people will add it into the price. And obviously, price controls have come under criticism from the Washington Post, Catherine Rampell, whom this channel's talked to earlier. So you're going to see a lot of that in the messaging over the next couple of days, if not weeks, as we go into the convention.
So off the rip, CNN. Let me say it again for the folks in the back row. CNN has came out and said that just this policy alone, you've added $25,000 to the sales price, whether you are buying a new home or building a new home. Why? Because of the fact that you are giving individuals $25,000, right? Just printing the money out, right? And so my question is this a good policy on this one, guys? Again, that was the media's response to this. They're saying like this is a far left type of idea, policy, right? And they kind of balanced and said that she was doing this kind of as far as with these type of policies, presenting these policies, which was running in 2019. So they're saying that she's doing the exact same thing. And they're also saying that you just added $25,000 to the sales price, whether it be a new home or a home that you're buying on the market itself, no matter if you're building it or not. Why? Because you're advertising, you're giving $25,000 to said buyers. This was tried before, guys, right? This was tried before with electronic vehicles as well. I believe the amount was $10,000 that the government was giving in a subsidy, right, for people to begin to buy electronic EVs, electronic vehicles. Well, all the automotive dealerships did was just add $10,000 to the sales price. That's all they did because they understood that the buyers were coming to the table with an extra $10,000 as a subsidy from the government. This is the same play. This is buffoonery. And also you've just raised the sales price. You raise the sales price. You're trying to fight inflation while doing the exact same thing what causes inflation, which is printing more money out, right? Which is inflating the price point. That didn't make any sense. This is the dumbest idea that I've heard in a long time. And we have the facts. We actually have a real world example in electronic vehicles. Why would you do this? This doesn't make no sense at all. And why are the people behind the clapping? Like, you understand that just means more tax revenue that just means more taxes on you, which is more revenue for the government. This is the dumbest. This is the dumbest. This is the dumbest thing I've seen in my life. Dumb, stupid. They don't make no sense at all. Fiscally, that make no sense at all. This is going to help nobody at all. Nobody at all. Period. Now, all right, guys. Here's another possible issue we actually had, guys. Kamala Harris for building, right? She wanted to build 3 million new homes, right? 3 million new homes in her first term, guys. So let's go ahead. How you doing, Zico? Good to see you, brother, on TikTok. Let's go ahead and look at this, guys, real fast. Let's see what Kamala Harris has to say about building 3 million new homes, right? This is a policy that she is presenting. So we're going to let her present it. And what's going to happen is we're going to respond to what she actually presents. Let's see what she got to say. Here we go.
We will take down barriers and cut red tape, including at the state and local levels. And by the end of my first term, we will end America's housing shortage by building 3 million new homes and rentals that are affordable for the middle class. And we will do that together. We will do that together.
So she goes on about corporations, and that's another discussion. I want to stay on this one. So she's talking about building 3 million new homes in her first term. That's what she's saying. And she said that will be affordable for the middle class. I want you guys to understand what she actually said. It said I'm going to read this in a second, guys, but let's go ahead and see about, got it. Now, that sounds good in theory, right? 3 million new homes. It sounds good in theory. Now, I want to show you guys something real fast because I wanted to see, right? I wanted to bring up a, what do you call it? This is a report on this very topic. All right. On her building 3 million homes. Okay, I'm gonna make myself smaller because I want you to see the entire thing. All right, this is out of the architect, and I want you guys to pay attention to one section because she said there's a certain section in what she was saying in the speech that I want to really focus on. Right, here we go. Let's just go down. It says Kamala Harris announces plan to build 3 million new homes and assist first generation home buyers. Right, that's August 19, 2024, this month. Right? Let's go down below. All right, let's go to exactly what she actually said. Right? Here we go. This section right here. Let's read it together. It says, as president, I will work in partnership. Focus on that word partnership. Partnership with industry to build the housing we need, both rent and to buy. So she wants the government to get into the real estate investment circles, right? Here we go. Number 2, it says, Harris told the crowd in Raleigh, we will take down barriers and cut red tape, including at the state and local levels. By the end of my first term, we will end America's housing shortage by building 3 million new homes and rentals that are affordable for the middle class. That's what she literally said in her speech. I want to focus on 2 sections in this, guys, right? The word partnership, right? Because with partnership, you're like, okay, what does a partnership look like? What is that? What does it look like? Good question. Then number 2, guys, I want you to focus on this here. She says, we will take down barriers and cut red tape. Now watch this, including at the state and local levels. Let's unpack this for a brief second, guys, all right? Unpack this for a brief second. Now, I don't say this to brag, but as a person that actually builds home, I acquire real estate, and I also do a lot of new construction as well when it comes to building homes and apartment complexes as well. When it comes to when builders have to get a project actually approved, they go through a committee called the Planning and Zoning Committee. Each city and county has those type of committees, right? You take your project, your blueprints, and you present it to the Planning and Zoning Committee. They then approve it, then it goes to the city council, and then they vote on it. That's why you make a presentation for the city council or the county council, and then they approve it, and then you can move forward. Now, I want you to understand how that actually works. Now, watch this, guys. She says right here, we will take down barriers and cut red tape. The only red tape is at the county and city level. That's the only place where this red tape is located at. That's why she says what she said, including at the state and local levels. Remember, I said the word partnership and this section right here, including cutting red tape, include the state and local levels. Now, why am I pointing to that section? And why am I telling you about planning and zoning committees, right? If she's proposing to remove the authority from the local and county planning and zoning committees and also the city councils, right, to approving new projects in cities and counties, right, remove that authority and then placing it in one place, centralized place in Washington, D.C., and she's saying by removing that authority from every city and every county in the United States and placing it into Washington, D.C., that right there, that's going to expedite the building process for every single development project in every single city and every single town. Guys, this right here, guys, I'm trying to understand. I got to bring in some help on this one, y'all.
Dog. Come on, man.
If you believe that by removing the authority from local and county, right, planning and zoning and city councils on each and every building project, removing that out and then placing it into a one centralized place in Washington, D.C., and then by having it there, you're going to be able to expedite building of these 3 million new homes throughout the U.S. It's going to expedite the process. You are a buffoon. This is the dumbest. Forgive me, y'all. This is the. How can I say this, guys, in a way that I can be respectful? This is foolishness. This is foolishness, guys. It didn't make any sense at all. If you really believe that by her proposing to do that, it's going to assist you in building these homes, guys, in a faster manner, guys, I got some swampland that I want to run by you guys. Right now, it is going to make you a whole bunch. You're going to lose money every single month, right? But hey, it's good for you. That's what she's saying. You can't remove authority from local and county planning and zoning committees and then placing it in one centralized place in Washington, D.C. And by doing that, You think that's going to expedite the building process? That didn't make any logical or logistical sense on no levels, guys. This is asinine. It didn't make any sense. This is a horrible policy. Horrid. And it's unconstitutional. She literally can't do that. Every city, county, and state is sovereign. The federal government just can't remove authority. There's a process for that. So even this policy from a constitutional standpoint doesn't make any sense at all. At all. This type of policy will only prolong the problem, which then they'll prescribe a solution to then prolong the problem even more. This is what actually happens, guys. This ain't hard at all. This lets me understand that whoever's around her, as well as her as well, has no real world experience at all. Because anybody would say from high school on up would say that it doesn't make any logistical sense at all. Dumb. It's not wise at all, guys. And I'm trying to be as respectful as I can. Now, guys, let's go to this third one, guys. But before I go there, guys, but let me know, guys, am I off base, guys, on this? Am I being fair? Am I being fair when it comes to this, guys? Because I want to make sure that I'm being fair. Because, man, this is asinine. It didn't make any sense at all. Most individuals that I talk to today, they're really concerned about the economy, specifically the volatility of it. Now, the area of their concerns really centers around the variable of inflation. And inflation right now is really outpacing people's wages, number one. And number two, it's beginning to affect their 401k and IRAs because their retirement accounts are connected or intertwined with the stock market. Over the years, I've been fairly successful in real estate investing. Currently, I own about $35 million worth of real estate under management. And also my partner and I have been able to build our private equity and venture capital firm to about $1.2 billion worth of assets under management. Now, this success has taken place in up or down economies. Now, whenever there's volatility in the market, opportunities begin to show up. There are 3 investment strategies that, if implemented the correct way, any investor can go from 0 to 6 figures in the next 6 to 12 months. Click on the link below or swipe up and let's talk through these strategies. All right, guys, we're back, guys. Now, let's go through this third economic situation or policy, I would say, from Kamala Harris. It's about price gouging. And I just said, oh, okay, that was kind of odd to me that this would actually come up. But I said, okay, let's see what's going on. She may have something here. Let's go ahead and see what she says about this real quickly, and then we will respond. Here we go.
So believe me, as president, I will go after the bad actors. And I will work to pass the first ever federal ban on price gauging on food. My plan will include new penalties for opportunistic companies that exploit crises and break the rules, and we will support smaller food businesses that are trying to play by the rules and get ahead. We will help the food industry become more competitive because I believe competition is the lifeblood of our economy. More competition means lower prices for you and your families.
So now what she's saying is that we actually have a price gouging situation. So what she's saying is you have grocery stores inflating their price gouging to stick it or to make it hard for the consumer. And I just said, huh? And so I looked at them like, that's not making any sense to me at all. I understand that we have inflation here. So inflation is a major factor on what's causing a lot of what's causing really all of the prices being high when it comes to your groceries, right? You're talking about chicken, ground beef, eggs, rice, you name it. It's everything is up. It's up. So I said, okay, so let's see how entrepreneurs are responding to this as well. Because when she came out with this policy, guys, people got extremely vocal about this here, and I want you guys to hear real life entrepreneurs coming and talk about this, and we can kind of respond together. Here we go. Let's see what's going down.
What's your take on this reported by the Washington Post and I think confirmed by Politico move by Kamala Harris?
Thank you for asking.
Price fix.
Thank you for asking.
Do you have any feelings on it? Yes. Yeah.
I unequivocally hate socialism.
Wow.
Socialism destroys innovation, destroys productivity, and destroys individual liberties. Agriculture and food markets have insanely competitive dynamics because there are commodity markets, there are tons of competitors. There is no monopoly in making food. There is no monopoly in making CPG products. There is no monopoly in retail. There is no monopoly in grocery stores. It is a small margin, highly competitive, highly fragmented, free market. And the free market works in that everyone is always competing with each other, creating new productivity improvements. And as a result, over time, prices come down, except when the government intervenes and gets involved.
Oh, wow.
So I would argue that the real cause of price inflation in food is not the supposed price gouging by corporate players in the ag and food industry, all of whom are deeply competitive with one another.
Wow.
But rather is the result of the inflation associated with government spending and stimulus coming out of COVID. Nick, Exhibit 1.
Oh, he got facts.
The Fed balance sheet. From COVID to today, the Fed balance sheet grew from $4.2 trillion to $7.2 trillion, a growth of 70%. Wow. The Federal Reserve went out and they bought assets and they issued debt to banks and introduced liquidity into the system.
So from the rip, this gentleman here is saying that he's presenting a real world counter to what Vice President Kamala Harris was actually saying in her speech. He was saying that in the food and ag industry and the grocery store industry, what he's saying is, he said it's a highly competitive industry with very thin margins. So I'm confused because when it comes to Kamala Harris, she was saying that it needs to be more competitive. Well, a real live investor is saying it's already competitive. Like, what are you talking about? Highly competitive with very small margin. That's what he's saying. And then number two, when she was talking about, because some of the commentary I'm hearing on TikTok a lot of the times and other social media platforms, they were saying that, well, Kamala Harris, this only comes into play in emergencies. That's just one condition. She in her speech, she referenced emergencies, but the lion's share of her commentary was stuff that happens outside of emergency because she was saying it needs to become more competitive. The competition doesn't happen when there's an emergency. No, competition happens outside of an emergency. So, and he actually has facts saying this is what she's saying is trash. Let's keep going, guys. Here we go.
If you go to the next slide, as a result, the M2 money supply increased from 15 trillion to 21 trillion since COVID, a 40% increase. Okay, so now there is more money in the system, so the cost of everything should go up, which is exactly what we've seen. We can walk through a couple of the other commodity price charts from the St. Louis Fed. Here is the price of electricity. As an example, the price of electricity has gone up a little bit less than the M2 money supply.
Oh, wow.
But the truth is, when you start to actually look at ag commodity prices over time, what's happened is there was certainly a boost coming from COVID, but the competition and the challenges in overproduction in the ag markets has started to hit and started to bring prices back down. So here's the price of strawberries. Strawberries today are selling for less than they were pre-COVID. Potatoes are now back to where they were pre-COVID. Now, let me give you some statistics on some of the supposed price gouging companies
Here we go.
in the industry.
Here we go, guys.
Kraft Heinz stock pre-COVID was $29 a share. Today, Kraft Heinz stock is $34 a share. 2019 revenue of $25 billion, 2023 revenue of $26 billion.
Okay.
EBITDA in 2019 of 6.1 billion, EBITDA in 2023 of 6.3 billion. There's not a lot of profit gouging. In fact, Kraft Heinz has not been able to keep up with the inflation.
Wow.
Starbucks, which we just talked about, their stock was at $90 pre-COVID, and today $93. 2019 revenue of 26 billion, operating income of 4.1 billion, 2023 revenue of 36 billion, but operating income only 5.9.
Wow.
Margins have come down in Starbucks. Nick, if you pull up the McKinsey chart, this is a study of the grocery industry, the state of grocery in North America, 2023 by McKinsey. Accelerating pressures on profitability to cope with the pandemic's upheaval. Grocers have had to dramatically increase CapEx, increase supplies.
Wow.
As a result, they've seen a significant impact on margins. Here's the margin profile pre-pandemic and today. Gross margin has declined by 2 points from 47.6 to 45.6. EBITDA margin has declined by 1.5 points. And now let's just go to the final chart, which is CPG companies, the companies that make food and sell it to consumers. As you can see, during the COVID era, the 3-year rolling TSR has declined since COVID across the board. So food companies are seeing food prices come down. So farmers are really suffering. Labor costs have tripled since the pandemic, but they're still having to sell products at the same price. CPG companies have lower margins and supermarkets have lower margins. So there is nowhere in the agri-food supply chain that we are seeing fundamentally price gouging or profit taking happening. What has happened is the cost of labor, the cost of moving stuff around, the cost of fuel, the cost of electricity, the cost of goods has all risen with inflation because of the increase in the money supply and federal spending and the stimulus associated with the Federal Reserve buying assets onto their balance sheet. So arguably, I would say that trying to step in and cap prices will reduce competition and as a result will reduce investment in improving productivity. And we have seen this countless times with every socialist experiment in human history has started with caps on food, and it has resulted in bread lines like you see in the image behind me today, as we can see in Soviet Russia. This is a mistake. It is a problem. It is anti-American. It is anti-free market. It is anti-innovation. It is anti-productivity. And ultimately, it's anti-liberty. And I cannot stand it.
Wow. Can I get a mic drop? Like my man's in them killed that. I mean, enough said, player. I mean, like enough said. He went through the numbers and the facts. Ultimately, guys, what you're hearing is when it comes to the ag industry, agriculture, and the grocery industry and the meat industry and the pack industry, guys, what he's saying is that it is a profit margin business, right? So you don't measure it off of gross, right? You measure it off of the profit margin. So the profit margin was 5% hypothetically, right? And now it's down to 2%, guys. You're losing money because you went from 5 to 2, right? In the grocery store arena, the profit margins are within 1 to 2%, super thin, really about 1.6%, but super thin profit margins. So I'm trying to understand is why would this even be a policy? Because it doesn't make any sense at all. Because there's not a price gouging issue at all, not based on our opinions, based on the numbers from real live people. Now, let's bring in, right, CNBC. They actually had somebody come on. They actually had this was doing the DNC convention, right? And what's happening is they actually had a congressman come in, that's a Democrat, which is fine, no thing, came in and they got on the subject of price gouging. Now, this was done on the Dan Bongino guys, but he plays it. And I want you guys to see exactly how CNBC responds to this price gouging issue. Here we go. Let's dive into it.
This is a CNBC clip because some people are done with the bullshit. You know Joe Kernan from CNBC? This guy's a pretty much down the line guy. He's not an ideologue in either direction. He has this Democrat congressman on, and the Democrat congressman's getting ready to bullshit about price gouging and communist price controls. Have you seen this? This is going to be, you may want to nominate this for the end of the year, one of the top 10s. Tell me I love this clip. It may just be me because I love economics. Joe Kernan on CNBC is having absolutely none of this from the Democrat congressman when he tries to blame price gouging on all the inflation. I'll end the show with this one today. Don't go anywhere. Watch this. This is great. Check this out.
First of all, on the talking about competition and standing up against price gouging is something that reaches out, I believe, to everybody. We saw very tough years after the pandemic with supply chain issues. But she didn't talk about. She was very clear about that. There's a huge difference between talking about competition and making sure that we address anti-competitive behavior
if you look
and
at
price
grocery
controls,
stores,
which obviously
the price
she's against.
margins are only 1-2%.
And Josh, you know that's not what caused the inflation. So, and for you to say it with a straight face, just it doesn't help your cause at all. You know.
No, but Joe, talking about. As a capitalist, I believe in competition and making sure that there's actual competition. You got states.
Why didn't the corporations Why didn't the corporations gouge for 40 years? If that's what caused it, how did it suddenly happen? They learned how to gouge 3.5 years ago, and it went to 40-year highs on inflation. And when you talk about unifying, being where you are, you may be unifying intra-DNC, but I can guarantee you that what we're seeing in policies coming out are not unifying policies. And you must know that in terms of the populist.
But Joe,
they're not unifying to me. They're very divisive.
Well, I think we'd all agree that the other side has been clear about burning down the house and taking a much more extreme perspective. That's all I'm saying.
We can't all agree. I don't think we're going to have to agree to disagree.
Damn. That was hard to watch. And the guy that was talking was a part of the Problem Solvers Caucus for the Democrat Party, which is laughable. How are you a part of the Problem Solving Caucus and you don't know how to solve this problem, or you are willfully trying to create a problem for you to try to solve, which would only prolong the problem? I mean, it was clear. The CNBC was like, guys, when it comes to the grocery stores and the agriculture and the meat industry, it's highly competitive already. There's no lack of competition. The free market is very competitive, and you saw right there in that CNBC spot right there, it was clear. Like, this guy doesn't know what they're talking about at all. Now, the host on CNBC, they did, but this problem-solving guy, representative, it's the caucus for the Democrat Party. Again, if this is the thinking, guys, that's trying to solve these problems, we in some trouble. Because this is asinine thinking. This is dumb. This is buffoonery. And this was the CNBC analysts saying this, not real life entrepreneurs in the space. These are people that's actually analyzing what's going on, and they don't agree with them. Like, this is, and it was clear. They said this was all caused by inflation. Not only the real life entrepreneur that we saw in the previous clip, we also saw the CNBC saying this was caused by inflation. And the guy, the entrepreneur in the previous clip, actually walked through the numbers in every space. Every space. So we got to stop this lying by saying that, well, it's only for emergencies. It is not. Her commentary was for emergencies and also to increase competition of an already competitive environment in the agriculture and the grocery store spaces. Come on, y'all. We got to be honest and stop lying to the people. This is trash. So, here are my thoughts, guys. I know I'm pretty vocal, and I'm telling you what's on my mind. It is what it is. Take it. It's going to be all right. Talk to your mom and them. Guys, these three policies are socialist policies. Bottom line, these are socialist policies. And CNBC, entrepreneurs, and CNN all agree with what I just said. All of them agree with it. This will never work. It sounds good in theory, guys, but even I gotta say, even from a theoretical standpoint, it's still stupid. It don't make no sense at all. At all. Put it like this: on the first policy, when it goes $25,000 down payment, number one, where the money coming from? You're gonna print the money out, and number two, all you're gonna cause is for the prices to go up $25,000, which makes the house potentially unaffordable for the people trying to buy the house, causing more inflation. That's a dumb policy. Number two, when it comes to cutting the red tape from the state and local level by partnering with the industry, therefore removing the authority of the planning and zoning committees at the city and county level and placing it at the federal level, guys, and in their mind, that is going to increase the viability of for building 3 billion homes in 4 years. That is stupidity. That's logistical. That doesn't make any sense from a logical standpoint or logistically. It's terrible. Trash. Number three, price gouging. She's saying that, well, we have to make sure that it's more competitive and make sure it's easier for those smaller stores to be able to be competitive, right? Because she's saying that the big boys, what they're doing is they are price gouging the people. That is incorrect, not based on my assumption, based on the numbers as well as CNBC. It didn't make any sense at all, period, because in the grocery store and the agriculture, as well as in the meat packing industry, typically the grocery store, the profit margin is 1 to 2%. So it's a profit margin business model. Profit margin, guys. This is ridiculous, and the prices are high. Not because of what the stores are doing, it's because of all of the spend of the Fed and the government spending. Not based on my facts. The entrepreneur that broke it down in the previous segment let you know what time it was. That's what's going on, guys. So, guys, you have to understand when you're being sold a bill of goods, and these three policies, you're being sold a bill of goods. These are crap policies. And they're going to wound you deeply. This is not hard at all. It's not hard at all, guys. The government is not in the business of producing our product or service. What they do is they present the environment for entrepreneurs to come in, and the entrepreneurs make the investment, right? And there's a partnership there, right, from a taxable standpoint, that generate a free market society, right, economy itself, to where then what happens is cash is flowing organically because there's a goods and services being produced, and both the consumer and the producer agree to a price point, and then currency is exchanged. That is how the free market capitalism works. It's real simple. Whenever the government tries to step in and be a player in the game, every single time they screw it up. Please name me one time the government's done something that has benefited everybody. One policy. Just give me one. Never. They suck at doing stuff effectively. Why is that? Because they're not investing their money; they're investing your money. They don't care if it works or not, because it's not their money; it's your money. It's my money. They don't give a dang about it at all. So we have to make sure that we understand when we're being sold a bunch of goods, a bunch of BS, and we are, guys. It's not hard to see. It's simple. These are the questions that I kind of ask guys to kind of see if it works. If these policies work, I say, okay, how much, right? What for, and what's the worst case scenario? Or how much, what for, what's the ROI? I incorporate business principles into the government spending model, because both business principles, right, and the government operate by financial terms and definitions. Whenever you begin to violate those terms and definitions, guys, chaos actually happens. It's bad mismanagement, guys. Money is attracted to good management. Money is attracted to good management. It's that simple. It's not hard, guys. It's that simple. It's not hard, right? Again, ask the questions. How much, right? What for? And what's the ROI? That's it. If they can answer those questions, the policy is trash. Garbage. So, guys, what's the counter move, guys? This is what's called the counter move. All right, guys? Now, I tell you this, guys. Before I go to the counter move, guys, I got to bring in some little comedy real fast. If you ask those questions, guys, I got to bring in a well-known person to kind of give you what you're going to actually feel like, because you now understand what questions to ask. Here we go.
My man. My man. My man. My man. My man. Good for you. My man.
Guys, and we got one more person, guys. Okay, whenever we get something right, we can ask the right question. We got to bring in somebody else to help us out with it. Here we go.
Yeah.
I had to bring in Kevin Hart as well as Denzel Washington, man, on this one, guys. Again, we got to make sure whenever we get something right, we have to praise ourselves a little bit. Just give us a little hand clap of praise, guys. But guys, man, give me your thoughts, guys. Well, before I do that, what's the counter move, guys? I always say, peep it, sweep it, and then keep that thing, guys. All right. Number one, examine your current situation. What does this mean in this context, guys? It's very simple. I want y'all to think about something real quickly. Because right now, Vice President Harris is the sitting vice president. So I'm going to ask this question. How are things going good for you? How are they going for you? How are things going for you? With the current policies being presented, how is the current situation being treated? Do you enjoy paying higher for everything? Or do you need to do something different? How are you doing fiscally? I don't know. One person knows is you. Is this type of economy benefiting you and your family? That's the question. Are you living your best life right now under these policies? It's real simple. All right, guys. Number two, if you're saying, yes, I am, keep moving forward. Keep doing what you do, baby. Ain't no thing. If you're not, what is your strategy moving forward? Because remember, the government is a partner with you. They're a partner with you because you are an investor. You are a board of director when it comes to the government because you are making the investment there. You are with your tax dollars. So, what's your strategy moving forward? If you are not content or happy in this environment, if you're saying, Liddell, this economy is sucking, what's your strategy moving forward? What you going to do? Are you going to begin to understand the policies that both candidates are presenting to you and vet them the right way to determine which worldview policy that they are presenting to you is going to benefit you more? Take that same thought process, ask the same thing to the House of Representative candidates, the Senate candidates, your state candidates, and your county candidates, and your city candidates. Ask that question. Very simple. Real simple. If you don't like where you're at, understand the policies that actually make your life better and begin vetting these candidates to make sure that what they're doing is the correct thing for you. All right? Now, number three, now I would say this, guys, you got to start thinking generationally. Start thinking and voting generationally. If your solution begins and ends with you, you have already lost. It's over. It's a wrap. It's over. But when you begin to think generationally, guys, 3 generations after you, right? Then you begin seeing things a lot more clearer. Okay, if this candidate is prescribing this policy, how's it going to benefit me now and my children's children moving forward? Because a lot of what they're doing is borrowing debt to be able to pay for this stuff. Okay, I see that. So therefore, that's going to be passed along to my kids. So I got to think generationally. Why? Because there's money tied to it. It's simple. Not hard at all. Not hard at all, guys. Start thinking generationally, guys. Start thinking generationally, right? And if you're having some issues, right? If you're having some issues fiscally, guys, I got to bring this up, guys, because I'm always asked, Liddell, what can I do if I need to make more money? Because right now, guys, we're in a inflation happy society. We are, guys. Things are going to be a lot more pricier. You're paying higher interest rates, right? Higher in cost of living, right? Everything is higher. That's a fact. It is. So if you're needing some assistance, guys, hey, it's time to turn your side hustle into an enterprise. Again, remember I said think generationally. It's time to turn your side hustle into an enterprise. It's time, right? Now, your part. I got a solution for you cats. And again, it is free. A friend of mine did a video called 3 Effective Ways to Reach $1.5 million in Passive Income. Remember, turning a side hustle into an enterprise, right? And 1.5 million in passive income. It's a free video. You can click on the link below or scan this QR code. It is free and it costs you a dime at all. At all. It does not at all. And he actually does a case study on your partner, on me, right? And he goes over three business models to where you can generate $1.5 million in passive income. And you get to choose which one works best for you. It's free. It costs you a dime at all. Scan on the QR code, guys, or click on the link below in the description section below, guys. Again, it is a free video, strictly educational, guys. And if you need some assistance, you're welcome to reach out to me, and I'll point you in the right direction that I may know of. It may be real estate. It may be something else. I don't know what's best for you. Only you would know that. All right? Only you know that, guys. All right? So it's, again, guys, scan on the QR code, and that'll be it, guys. Also, guys, people always ask me, Liddell, what's going on with your merch? Hey, man, yeah, we got something called I Got That Bag University, baby. I always say, take that damn picture for your mama, them guys. Hey, whenever you get that check, baby, that bag, that's called your diploma, baby. You that means you went to I Got That Bag University. Hey, guys, get your merch, guys. We got t-shirts, we got hoodies, guys. This right here is the most popular, called the bag. You probably see me wear it on previous Countermoves podcasts at all. Scan on right there, guys. Again, get your merch, guys, and show everybody that you got that bag. Real simple. And guys, every Friday at 5 p.m., Cliff and I, CST on all platforms, we do what we call Real Estate Friday training. Real Estate Friday training, guys. All right. So we take an issue. Guys. What is happening in the marketplace. Like tomorrow, we're going to be talking about how the jobs report that came out, how there was a revision, right? How that's actually affecting the real estate market and also the job market. Because that's going to be tomorrow at 5 p.m. CST. Cliff and I are going to chop it up, guys. But guys, here's what we're going to be talking about. Here's a little bit of a peek in what we normally talk about, guys. Here we go. Here it is.
What's good, baby? It's your boy Dale. I'm back in the saddle again. Our motto is to buy, build. We already bought it already, so we already own it, free and clear. Refinance to long-term debt, cash flow. That is the motto. Cliff, man, is that a pretty strong motto, man? What do you think?
Man, the model is strong. Like, you're getting each piece of the invest, right?
All right, guys, that's Real Estate Friday, guys. Every Friday at 5 p.m. CST on all platforms, guys. You can watch me and Cliff live, just like this, go through Real Estate Friday live. And again, tomorrow, guys, we are going to be talking about the jobs report. The jobs report, guys. We're going to talk about that tomorrow, about how those revisions are affecting the real estate market, guys, right? And how it may affect that rate cut. Ooh, we don't know, guys. It's going to be a good discussion. Me and Cliff are going to talk about that, guys. And also a good counter move that you can actually do to be able to combat all this, guys. But guys, thank you so much for your time, guys. God bless you. If you need, one last thing, guys. When it comes to real estate, guys, people kind of ask me, Liddell, can you help me out, guys? Hey, no problem. Hey, guys, scan on this QR code for the Cash Flow Club. Again, this is I Got That Bag University is what it is. You guys can work on this code or click on the link below in the description, guys. It's a free video. You can download my free ebook, How to Locate Distressed Properties in Your Time. It's free, 100%. Don't cost nothing at all. My thing is to get you in front of the value. If I can teach you how to find a deal, vet a deal, structure a deal the right way, the numbers make sense, I'll fund the deal for you guys, and we can profit share. It's that simple, guys. So scan on the QR code or click on the link below, guys, and we kind of go from there. But guys, thank you so much for your time, guys. God bless you, man. I hope I gave some guys some value today. This was a fun one to kind of put together. But hey, it is what it is, guys. But you know, I end it every time before you leave while you can, baby. You see that thing, baby, because I look better than you. Take that damn picture. Hold on. We got some questions in TikTok. Hold on, guys. We got questions. My bad, guys. Hold on. What do you think about the new settlements and agreements in RE? I think he's talking about settlement agreements in real estate. I haven't seen them. But settlements, I think you're talking about National Association of Realtors. I'll get into that tomorrow on the Real Estate Live. I have some thoughts on that too, guys. But I'll get into that tomorrow, guys. But guys, I'll see you next time, guys. Next Thursday at 8:30 p.m., guys. Every single Thursday before you leave while you can. Take the picture for your mom and them, guys, and holler at your partner. God bless you guys. See you next time. Peace.